I remember, though, when I was a little girl going to Sunday school and learning a song, Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. And that would be the gospel that would help me to find my way back to Jesus later in my life when I was in, I would describe a big slimy pit that I thought I could never get out of. And so December of 1977, we went through a divorce. And at that same time, I got involved with a man that was not necessarily a good relationship. I thought I loved him. I thought he loved me. I again became pregnant and thought we would have this baby. It wasn't the perfect circumstance, but thought that we would. And that didn't happen. And so very quickly, what was a happy moment of thinking that you were going to give birth became a fearful moment. Because the person that I thought I believed loved me had just told me that this was a mistake that could be fixed. It wasn't our baby. It was a mistake that could be fixed. And at that moment, I think that I just started shutting down. I just started shutting down because it felt like I didn't have any good options. And, the lie is it's legal, it's safe, I had a friend who had gone away to college who had come home and shared that she had had an abortion. Like, I don't even think that word was in my vocabulary. I was pretty naive at that point in time, and she didn't die. I mean, I don't know. There were a lot of things going on, but I was just, oh my gosh, it felt like dying. It felt like something was dying inside of me and there wasn't anything I could do about it. So I made a decision that I would forever regret. I just remember feeling dead inside, just completely numb, dead, and crying till I thought I would never stop ever crying again. And I thought, this is it. You're going to hell. Because the same voice that tells you it's a fertilized egg, it's an embryo, it can't feel pain, it's not a baby, is the same exact voice that comes at you the moment you make that decision. And it's the voice of the accuser, the enemy of your soul, who says you are the worst person ever. What kind of mother are you? You didn't deserve to have another baby. You don't deserve to be loved. I mean, it's relentless. It is evil. And there was a part of me that wanted to believe it in my heart. If there was a big A on my chest, a scarlet letter, not physically visible, but emotionally inside, that is what I felt. And it takes a lot of energy to put on a happy face when you feel like that. I knew the demons that I was battling, the secrets, the shame that I was hiding, the guilt. And so I was at church. I started going back to church Sunday morning. And I saw these little tiny feet on the lapel of the pastor. It was Sanctity of Human Life Sunday in January, and he was speaking about these tiny precious feet that were the exact size of a baby at 11 weeks. And that was the exact time when I had my abortion, 11 weeks. And I started thinking about it, and they talked about a place called PDHC, Pregnancy Decision Health Center, a crisis pregnancy center. And I thought maybe I could volunteer there. Maybe I could go there and help someone else to not make the same horrible mistake that I made. And something good could come out of this horrible thing. And I know it was God speaking to my heart, but the first place that he wanted to go was he knew the help that I needed. And one of the first questions they ask is, have you ever had an abortion? And of course I said yes. Again, probably the first time I've really talked about it other than to my husband. And that began my healing journey. God took that dark thing out. I had to do it though. He doesn't force us to do it. And it's like, Brenda, that's some really ugly, rotting stuff that needs to come out. But you have to break it open. You have to bring it out of the dark. And, he gives us a free will. It's not something he forces. But he's so loving and so compassionate and merciful. And I knew it was my time to go through that. My friend later spoke words to me that she said, it's like the crucifixion. It's like walking into the pain, but knowing that there's something good on the other side of it. But it's a picture of Jesus walking to the cross and dying to himself and just letting all that pain come up, pain that you had been trying to keep in a box, or the shame, the guilt, stick it somewhere so that, I don't have to think about it, and put on a mask so nobody ever sees how ugly it really is. All that came off. The box got open, the mask came off, and all of a sudden I'm in this sanctuary where the love of God just entered in. That's what Jesus does. He enters into the worst, most unforgivable, horrific things that we've said, done, experienced, and he does what only he can do. He renews it, he restores it, he redeems it. And one of my favorite verses in the Bible is in Genesis, when Joseph is confronted by his brothers, and he has the opportunity to really pay them back for all of the evil that they did to him. But instead he said, what you intended for evil, God has used for the good and the saving of many lives. And that's what God has done. Hi, I'm Brenda Hoover, and this is my Easter story.